News, your local news leader. And now, your Call Sam forecast first with meteorologist Brian Briggs.
Well, happy Father's Day. It's been a very soggy and stormy one for us, but most of the the heavier showers and thunderstorms have now pushed south and east out of our area. So now we're just kind of left with some rain and a few rumbles of thunder here and there. We'll see that lasting through much of the evening, the overnight hours, as another system passes off towards the west, and then we'll see more of those showers and thunderstorms developing by tomorrow afternoon. It's your forecast first. NBC 10 News at 5 starts right now.
Local news leader and the Spirit of Community Award winner. This is NBC 10 News at 5.
After 10 months, justice is finally being served for a canine that was killed while in pursuit of an attempted murder suspect. We'll tell you what sentence the man is facing now. And the cleanup begins for many flood victims in Arkansas. We'll show the disaster one family came home to. Plus, disaster at the pump causes problems for drivers. Hear what's got their vehicles sitting in park. Hello and happy Father's Day to all of the wonderful fathers out there. Thank you for joining us this evening. I'm Gabrielle Pfeiffer. Chelsea Jones has the night off. Justice has finally been served for a Lincoln Parish police dog who was killed in the line of duty. The man accused of killing the dog sentenced to the full extent. NBC 10's Anna McAllister spoke with one of the deputies who says he's satisfied with the punishment.
It's been a long 10 months for the Lincoln Parish Sheriff's Office, but justice has finally been served for one of their own. Canine Officer Sergeant Boko lost his life in the line of duty last August. This week, the man accused of killing him was finally sentenced.
It's been a ongoing process through court and stuff, and this past Tuesday, Roberson pled guilty as charged.
Back in August, Vincent Robertson was on the run in Ruston after deputies say he shot his girlfriend in the head in Monroe. He ran into a wooded area near Chandler Road. It was the last place deputies say Boko was seen alive.
They observed Robertson to run out of the house into a wooded area. The decision was made then to deploy a dog. Right at a minute after the dog was deployed, they heard anywhere from 6 to 7 gunshots, and then all was quiet.
Lincoln Parish deputies later found Boko's lifeless body laying in the woods. Williams says the loss weighed heavily on the entire sheriff's office.
He was our dog, and he belonged to everybody here in the department.
Roberson was sentenced to 10 years hard labor for Boko's death, the maximum sentence he could receive for killing a canine officer.
It's still a tough pill to swallow, but we're satisfied with it.
Williams remembers Boko as a full-time, hard-working officer and part-time lovable lapdog.
He was very easygoing, wanted to be the center of attention. I tell people he always thought he was a much smaller dog than he really was. Would crawl up in your lap and constantly beg for attention.
For 4 years, Boko proudly served his community, leaving behind the legacy of a courageous officer and best friend. Reporting in Ruston, Anna McAllister, NBC 10, your local news leader.
Boko was 6 years old when he was killed. During his time with the Lincoln Parish Sheriff's Office, Boko helped solve over 100 drug cases and helped find missing children and dementia patients. A man and woman are facing charges after a drive-by shooting in Ouachita Parish. Deputies say 19-year-old Samantha Donnelly was driving a vehicle on East Caples Road when the passenger, 26-year-old John Norton, fired multiple shots toward a home. Deputies say the victim and her 10-year-old son were inside the home when the shooting occurred. Norton admitted to shooting the weapon, but says he wasn't trying to aim at the home. Both suspects are being charged with assault by drive-by shooting. Over in Arkansas, flooding is finally over for most parts of central Arkansas. The cleanup process is just now getting started. One church is stepping in and helping out.
Sandbags and even this boat are still around.
We had a little island for a good little while.
Brenda Brown Elliott's home on Easter Wood Point Road in Faulkner County, damaged by floodwaters.
It's just been a lot. It's stressful.
Piles of wood and debris like this scatter her front yard.
That's my entire kitchen and living room floor underneath the flooring.
This dumpster filled with items that used to be in her home.
To throw everything away, it's just hard. I opened the door and I cried like a baby.
Inside the house,
it was pick a spot and let's just get it, because that's all we could do.
The damage is even worse in every room. Volunteers from New Life Church helping Brenda clean up.
So we've taken sheetrock out, we've moved furniture, we've moved a refrigerator.
Their help has been more than amazing.
And this is just what's left behind from the flood. Right now we're standing at what used to be their living room and kitchen. The family tells me now they're just waiting for FEMA to help out.
We have been on the phone, sat for hours and hours to try and get some sort of direction.
For now, Brenda is just taking things one step at a time.
Okay, we're standing, we're healthy, and we'll be okay.
Still, many families who have yet to see the extent of the damage done to their home. Beer fans in Texas have a reason to celebrate. Governor Greg Abbott signed the much-talked-about beer-to-go bill into law. It allows craft breweries to sell beer for people to walk away with. Smaller brew pubs can already do it, but with this new law, breweries will have the same right the governor held. The governor held a signing ceremony at the Austin Beer Works Brewery in North Austin. Abbott ended with a message to Texans reminding folks to drink responsibly. Some drivers in California aren't so happy. A Shell station is trying to figure out how gas from one of its pumps could have caused thousands of dollars in damages for drivers. Some drivers that visited the gas station say just minutes after filling up at one of the pumps, their vehicle died on them. The drivers began sharing notes, pictures, and videos, and even created a Facebook group. One of the drivers says their mechanic tried to light the fuel. He pulled out of the tank and it wouldn't burn. Another says the estimate for repairs could top $13 grand.
You can appreciate from, the people that are all affected. We just, we want to get it's an inconvenience, right? We just want to get our cars repaired and back as soon as we can.
The station's owner says he will cover his customers' repair bills. He thinks one of the underground tanks may have been damaged, allowing the gasoline to get contaminated. And coming up on NBC 10 News at 5, 2 girls are turning local problems into practical solutions. We'll show you the inventions they've come up with right after the break.
And it's been a stormy Father's Day overall. We'll expect to see more storms tomorrow, but there is questions on how many storms we'll see. We'll time out all the details coming up when NBC 10 News at 5 continues.
An alarming surge in the measles outbreak. #1 myth is autism.
Yes.
And there's no link to vaccination.
Absolutely not.
Do we know if they've been able to save anything?
We are all waiting to see.
Still smell the smoke here. Who will win the Twin City Outdoor Yard of the Year contest and receive these incredible prizes valued at $6,000? Be watching this Thursday on Fox 14 News at 5:30 when we'll announce the grand prize winner. Brought to you by Twin City Outdoor Equipment.
I was in a car wreck on a Sunday. I called Morris Bart.
Even on the weekend, you can make that one call to Morris Bart.
Car wreck on the weekend? Call Morris Bart. He got me $115,000.
One call or click. That's it.
Big disgrace, waving your banner. We will.
Get 0 for 72 and $2,500 in total savings on F-150, plus $750 appreciation cash for military and first responders.
Captain D's new Fire Grilled Seafood. It's premium whole fish fillets and shrimp without the premium price. It's bold flavors like lemon pepper, blackened, and signature seasoning. Fire means flavor when the captain is covered. Captain D's.
If you're going to make one call, make it count. Call Creed & Creed today.
NBC 10 News at 5 continues.
A Virginia teenager is trying to prevent children from dying in hot cars. She felt compelled to act after 2 infants died in her hometown last year.
She's the brains behind Baby In, Baby Out.
I wanted to think of a way to help save lives.
These hang tags go on the rear view mirror of a car, reminding parents of precious cargo in the back seat, especially during those hot summer months.
Hearing that something like this can happen to every type of family, especially even in my hometown, it just really bothered me.
Hannah Rudy is finishing up 8th grade at Midlothian Middle School. She's visited with local law enforcement to share her tags and already gotten meaningful feedback from the community.
I've had a lot of parents come up to me and say they forgot their kid while they were in Target for 10 minutes. And even though their story turned out okay, they know it's not the case for everyone.
To help expand reach and impact, Baby In, Baby Out is also working to establish as a nonprofit.
We'll start taking donations so we can keep these hang tags free for our families.
Just a year in, and these tags have made it as far as Ohio, Illinois, California, and Washington State. But this teen says she's ready to go nationwide.
It's a problem that affects every demographic and every type of family, and I want to make sure my hang tags can get in the hands of every type of family.
I'm Amy Simpson reporting.
Well, weather's next. Brian, what do we have?
Yeah, a lot of rain today on our Father's Day, unfortunately, and we have a little bit more on the way, and we'll kind of time out what we're expecting to see here. We'll have more coming up after the break. You're watching NBC 10 News at 5.
If you see news happening, call the NBC 10 News hotline to send us your video or post it on our Facebook page.
Because what happens in your community
matters to us at NBC 10.
NBC 10 News Hotline, your local news leader.
Celebrate savings. It's the Jeep Celebration event at Interstate. A Jeep Cherokee, $19,990. A Jeep Compass, $18,990. And the all-new Jeep Gladiator is here. This is a must-see because the vehicle is amazing. At Interstate Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in West Monroe.
This is the Durabit of the all-new Chevy Silverado.
That is huge.
It offers a built-in 120-volt outlet.
Wow.
Plug that in for me.
Oh, holy smoke.
And the all-new Silverado has more trim levels than any other pickup.
Oh, wow. There's something for all of us. It's time to upgrade.
Get 0% financing for 72 months, or get a total value of over $8,700 on this all-new Silverado. See your Super Chevy dealer today.
For 50 years, Cracker Barrel has been cooking home-style favorites to perfection. We thought we'd celebrate by making our golden anniversary extra golden. Introducing new, crispy, juicy Southern Fried Chicken. Now at Cracker Barrel.
Mom's finally finding her sea legs, and she's about 10 minutes from a Hotel by Wyndham. He's having the best day ever, and he's about 10 minutes from a Wyndham. With over 6,000 hotels across the country, a great Hotel by Wyndham is closer than you think. Visit WyndhamHotels.com.
It's Dodge Performance Days at Interstate. A Charger, $22,990. A Chrysler 300, $22,990. A Fiat Pop, $12,990. Believe it, folks, $12,990 at Interstate Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in West Monroe.
Need guidance on making better financial decisions? Watch Your Money. And get tips on everything from home mortgages to protecting yourself from internet fraud. Your Money, Monday on NBC 10 News Today. Brought to you by Homeland Bank. Live Storm Tracker Doppler Radar, sponsored by bankruptcy attorney E. Orem Young. Now, your local weather with meteorologist Brian Briggs.
Well, good Sunday to you and happy Father's Day. Hopefully you were able to take those plans indoors. A lot of us seeing those showers and thunderstorms through the course of the day as we had that disturbance move through. And even now, looking at our tower cam outside, still gray, still wet, and just otherwise not the best day to have some of those outdoor activities. But temperatures really not too bad. At least we got a little bit of a cool down from the rain. Currently sitting at 73 degrees and our dew point dropping a little bit, but with all that rain, still very, very muggy. Winds are kind of breezy out of the south-southwest at about 8 miles per hour. Rainfall over the last 24 hours, it looks like the western sections of the Arklamas picked up the most rain. Look at Ruston. They picked up over 1.25 inches there, just over 0.2 of an inch here in Monroe. So really not too much to talk about here. And further south and east you go, well, they're still kind of in the process of getting some of that heavier rain, but some of us seeing more than others, and some of us needing a nice drink. It's been kind of dry lately. Temperatures in the upper 60s to lower 70s anywhere, and even a few upper 70s, especially if you get into southern Arkansas. So that storm complex has cooled us down quite a bit, and this will be important to see what happens to our storms as we head into tomorrow. So Currently, our live storm tracker Doppler radar brought to you by Eorm Young, showing that activity is mainly now east and south of the Arklamis, and kind of a moderate to heavy rain shield developing off towards our west. That'll be kind of sticking around here through the remainder of the evening. A few rumbles of thunder with that as well. So, yeah, not going to be drying out really anytime soon as this system kind of continues to push out. There you go. You can see over the last 12 hours or so, this pushing off towards the south and east. But look at that. Another one has developed right behind it as we just have an active upper level pattern over our area. This brought more severe weather to the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, and even a tornado warning which hit very close to one of my family members. So that was a little scary, not going to lie. That system will be moving into our neck of the woods here over the next few hours or so, and this will determine what happens to our storms for Monday. So as you can see, it's expected to take a fairly similar track as the one that just went over us towards the south of the east, but then by tomorrow it will likely be along the Gulf Coast, and if that happens, that will limit the instability and moisture return for the kind of dynamics that will be over us for Monday. So notice how future tracker is really not painting too much in the way of some of those showers and thunderstorms as maybe that we were expecting yesterday. So this is something that we need to keep in mind. I was able to trim some of those rain chances down, and but with that, if the system kind of doesn't get out of the Gulf of Moisture or the Gulf of Mexico, we could be dealing with more of those showers and storms. So it's kind of a conditional threat as we head into tomorrow. As far as our severe weather potential, though, not really looking like that. I think the atmosphere is just going to be too worked over. Checking in on the Mississippi River again, really not too much change from yesterday, considering that it's just there's a lot of water still coming down, but we are slowly heading in the right direction. And if you're wondering when to mow the lawn, well, we have a lot of rain chances heading into the upcoming period, but looks like Wednesday will be a good day for that if you weren't able to do it today, and you'll have plenty of time as we head into next weekend. So for tonight, dropping down to the lower 70s, we'll have some showers and storms lingering. For our start of the work week, only getting the upper 80s, and some scattered showers and storms, only going to hold that at about a 40%, as there's still kind of some uncertainty as to what that convection is going to do tomorrow as far as evolution. So we'll keep you updated on that, but kind of lower to middle 90s as we get into the extended period. Just some isolated to scattered rain chances too through the extended, but at least Friday and Saturday this week looking dry for now.
Luckily my dad mowed the yard yesterday then, all right? Good deal. Thank you, Brian. Coming up after the break, we have sports. When the Pelicans made the biggest trade of the offseason, but they may not be done just yet. We'll explain. Plus, Arkansas gets back to work following yesterday's tough loss to Florida State. We'll hear from the team next in sports.
Even on the weekend, you can make that one call to Morris Bart.
I was in a car wreck on a Sunday. I called Morris Bart.
I called Morris Bart on the weekend. He went to work right away. He got me $100,000. One call or click. That's it.
A real Jim Taylor deal includes so much more than just passing along Chevrolet's incentives. Our dedicated sales and financial managers listen to your needs.
I love everything about Jim Taylor. The people, the service department here. When we buy a vehicle from Jim Taylor, I know that they're going to stay with us through the long haul and keep it running.
We remind you when your vehicle needs service, and we even offer to pick your vehicle up for service and return it to you. Come experience what we're all about at Jim Taylor Chevrolet.
Longhorn's new fire-grilled Hawaiian ribeye is the perfect break from grilling. If you don't take breaks, consider it research. Marbled, pineapple-topped, fire-grilled research. Come in for our Grill Master favorites, like the Longhorn Porterhouse, our new citrus herb chimichurri salmon, and for a limited time, our new fire-grilled Hawaiian ribeye. The feeling, the flavor, the place. Longhorn Steakhouse. You can't fake steak.
I was in a car wreck on a Saturday. I needed someone right away.
Morris Bart is open 24/7.
Even on the weekend, call Morris Bart. He got me $225,000.
One call or click. That's it.
Up for anything? Nissan is. And Nissan SUVs have advanced tech to help guide you to the perfect spot. Stay connected. And take any trail. Nissan SUVs. Up for whatever you are. For a limited time, save up to $3,500 or get a low $199 per month lease on the 2019 Rogue.
Now, your local sports with Spencer Tillis.
Well, it wasn't exactly the start to the College Baseball World Series that Arkansas was hoping for yesterday when they got shut out in their opener against Florida State. Now, the pitching did its job. Isaiah Campbell was fantastic. He didn't give up a run in 7 innings pitched. However, the bats came up really small in a big spot for the Hogs. The Razorbacks managed just 5 hits as Drew Parrish dominated the lineup from opening pitch, going 8 strong, striking out 9. Our very own Alyssa Orange made the trip over to Omaha and has an update on the Hogs following today's practice.
Arkansas practicing out at Bellevue East High School today ahead of tomorrow's matchup against Texas Tech. After practice, we asked head coach Dave Van Horn who will be starting against the Red Raiders, and he said it will be the freshman Connor Nolan.
He's kind of had a pattern. If he doesn't have a good start, he comes back with another one that's pretty good right after it. So hopefully that'll continue.
Definitely exciting. I mean, obviously just mentally preparing today, getting ready, and just gonna try to leave it all out there. I'll be good. I don't really get nervous during baseball. You know, I've been on big stage obviously with football, but you know, I'm just gonna go out there and handle it, and you know, I'll be anxious. I get anxious to go out there and throw the first pitch, but once I do that, I'll be good.
Big confident in him. He's been ready for this. He's been going against SEC teams. He's going back against the wall. He's ready for this.
Nolan with a 3-5 record on the year, a 4 ERA. He said it's a dream of his to pitch at Omaha. He will have that opportunity tomorrow against the Red Raiders. There's no panic in this Razorback baseball team that now finds themselves in the losers bracket. They're focused. They've put yesterday behind them, and they are ready to move on to the Red Raiders.
We just don't dwell on it. You know, the sun came out today. It's not the end of the world. It's baseball. That's what's going to happen. And we just move on. You know, we don't want this to be our last game. We want to keep playing with each other, so that's what we're going to play for.
You just kind of got to tip your hat to the guy yesterday. He pitched a great game, mixed really well, and then kind of refocus on tomorrow's game. You know, we have a ton of confidence in our offense, and we're not really worried about it.
Coach Van Horn reminded them that it was last year Oregon State lost their first game and, of course, went on to win the national title. So it has been done in the past. No reason Arkansas can't do it again here in Omaha in 2019. Alyssa Orange for the Pig Trail Nation. Let's head back to you.
Thanks, Alyssa. Meanwhile, everything changed in the NBA yesterday when the Pelicans agreed to finally trade their superstar power forward Anthony Davis over to the Lakers. And New Orleans might not be done making moves just yet. Now, no team in the league is positioned with more assets now than the Pelicans are, who get 3 first-round picks from Los Angeles in that deal, and 3 very talented players in Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, and Josh Hart. So now the Pelicans will have a couple of options to consider. Mainly, what are they going to do with that 4th overall pick in this year's draft? Now, it has been rumored that they're trying to send that pick to another team to get a veteran, solid player in return. But if they can't find any trade that makes sense, you could also use the pick themselves and go get another young player to add to this group. Either way, we should have our answers pretty soon with the draft being set for this Thursday night. That's going to be it for sports. We'll have another look at your forecast coming up.
The Twin City Mayor's Committee on Disabilities is holding a fundraising banquet to recognize our scholarship recipients and to honor individuals and businesses that advocate for the disabled in Ouachita Parish. Join us July 16th, 6 to 9 p.m. in the West Monroe Convention Center. Get your tickets today.
This is the Durabit of the all-new Chevy Silverado.
That is huge.
It offers a built-in 120-volt outlet. Wow. Plug that in for me.
Oh, holy smoke.
And the all-new Silverado has more trim levels than any other pickup.
Oh, wow. There's something for all of us.
It's time to upgrade.
Get 0% financing for 72 months or get a total value of over $8,700 on this all-new Silverado. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
So now, Dish has over 80,000 on-demand movies and shows. 80,000. Why? I mean, it would take you years to get through 80,000. Thing is, it's not about 80,000. It's about one. That one movie you saw that one time on a first date with that one girl. That's why.
Dish. Tuned in to you.
Hey, how was your week? My in-laws were in town. I got a standing desk. I tried quinoa.
I took the dog to the groomer.
Make your weekends more exciting than the days before them.
We drove 3 hours to the kids' swim meet.
Right now, get $1,000 customer cash, plus a $1,000 special edition bonus on a new 2019 Tacoma Special Edition. Toyota, let's go places.
For nearly 100 years,
Entergy has powered our stories.
Stories of hope, triumph, resilience.
1.3 million customers. More than 5,000 Louisiana employees.
Each one a story.
From rebuilding marshlands
to opening new doors for students.
Entergy ensures that all of our stories shine brighter.
Because together,
we power life.
In the upper 80s to lower 90s through much of the period with some scattered rain chances throughout the week. So just keep that in mind. But good news is the drier days look like they're going to be setting up for the weekend.
So, all right, guys, that's it for us. We'll see you tonight right back here at 10.